Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Parsha and Wine Pairing here at Kosherwine.com with me, Jared, and David. Here we're going to sample some more wine, have our tasting buds ready for the Parsha. David, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. Had a late night, got back from out of town, but happy to be here and live with you, Jared. Thanks for that introduction, and as always, don't forget, 7% off. This wine we introduced last week, the Jezreel Adumim, is going to be 7% off if you buy it today for the next week. As well, we will be introducing the wine that we'll be offering next week with the discount of 7%. So, Jared, let's kick this off. What's this week's Parsha?
This week's Parsha is called Bo, to come in Hebrew, and Moses has now been asking Pharaoh to let the Jews go from slavery, and God has been sending plagues. And so there are 3 more plagues in this Parsha before the Jews are let go. And so we have the plague of locusts, and Pharaoh still wants them to go, the plague of darkness, and then finally we get to the death of the firstborn. And so God instructs Moses to tell the Jews to rub blood on their doorposts.
Right.
And so
so that he can skip over
so that he can pass over those houses, and then the plague of the death of the firstborn won't affect them.
All right.
So my connection with this is obviously blood is red. There could be a lot of just general red wines, whatever to pair with, but I chose specifically Jezreel Valley Adumim, as you guys can see here, as a fine pick for this because it's called Adumim. It's a very deep, rich, like red blend, and Adumim. So it to me it's reminiscent of the blood that the Jews put on the doorposts.
Nice connection. We mentioned it last week. We said that there was going to be some connection and there was interchangeable.
Also the plague of darkness too. So this is very dark wine. So there we go.
Dark red, awesome. Let's give this a whirl. This is a 2013 vintage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's 2013.
Yeah. This is ready. This is drinking nicely now. It's ready to drink. This is a red blend. We're going to go ahead and give it a little sniff.
Should we tell our listeners, folks, what's in it first before?
Sure, go ahead.
It's a red blend of Carignan, Argamon, and Syrah. So Argamon is actually a native Israeli grape, which makes it even cooler that Jezreel is producing this. And Argamon itself is a fusion between Carignan and Suzo, like a Portuguese grape. So,
and Jezreel, they produce some single varietals. They have the single varietal Syrah, single varietal Argamon, and single varietal Carignan. And what they did with this is that they blended their single varietal additions, those grapes, not necessarily from those from the same wines that end up as single varietals, but those varietals, they put them together and they have their Adumim, their red blend. They also have a Levanim, a Chardonnay, and a Rosé.
Both very good.
Fantastic wines. We've had these for a few years now. They've just gone mass market recently, but we had an exclusive on these for a while. We brought them to the market, introduced them to everyone. So we have a very close connection with Jezreel. Love the people there, and we love the wine. So
let's give it a taste.
Go ahead and give it a taste.
Now, when I pick like very fruit-forward wines, obviously this is like the pinnacle, like the quintessential wine that I would pick, because this is such a typical Mediterranean blend, and I love that it's indigenous to the land of Israel. Lots of fruit on here, lots of a lot of stuff. Stubby, you want to tell us what kind of tasting notes you're getting?
Yeah, I'm getting some nice cherry. I get cherry in every wine.
It's cherry.
That's what I can always identify the easiest. Dark fruit, your typical dark fruit.
Dark fruit, a lot of tannins.
Yeah,
moderate acidity.
It's actually there's still some acid going there. Nice tannins. It's rounded out by now. Like this will probably still age nicely for a little while, but it's drinking really nicely now. I haven't had this wine in months, but when I first had it, I loved it. I still love it. But it's definitely aged. It's matured. It's matured nicely. Even some like licorice there.
A licorice, maybe hints of cocoa. And I know a lot of my customers like love this. A lot of them have been
it's very
buying
popular.
this. Yeah. It's taken off nicely.
All right, nice,
so
nice choice.
love
It's
Jezreel.
14.5% alcohol, so it's also it's got a nice punch there. Jared, what are we going to be drinking next week?
So next week we're going to be drinking Shira wine. Do I have that?
Got
Yeah, we got it right there.
another one of.
All right, a
I
little
like this
preview for
one a
next
lot
week
as
is
well.
going to be Shira Syrah.
And this, we'll tell you next week what's so significant about this wine and the connection to the Parsha next week. But for now, you can go online. All the Shira wines that we have in stock are available with the 7% discount. Again, it's Parsha 7, Parsha, numeral 7. And this is one of them. I think we're pretty low on inventory, so if you like this wine, grab it now. We'll be getting more
Right,
Shira soon.
go.
And there's new wines coming from Shira as well, so look out for that. And this is going to be the wine for next week, the Shira Syrah, but any Shira will, on sale will fit in.
Yeah, but for now, and if Yehuda Nahar or anyone from Jezreel happens to be watching this,
probably
please,
Shabbos there now.
Oh, it is Shabbos
But
there now.
big
so.
shout out to Yehuda and a lot of the guys on the team. Like maybe Yehuda in California is watching, so we'll tag you in the comments. Even if you're not watching now, you'll be able to watch this.
And if any of our viewers have any comments themselves on this, any reviews, like any 2 cents you want to give, please feel free to do so in the comments section here on the video.
Yeah, great packaging. It's a beautiful label, and they really give you all the details nicely on the back, which you can see backwards here. But if you order it, you'll be able to read it properly.
Yep.
All right. Live from Kosherwine.com. Thanks for joining. Hope to see you next week. Stay warm if you're on the East Coast.
Okay,
And have a good
cheers.
Shabbos.
Good Shabbos,
L'chaim.
l'chaim.